J.D. Vance making it official last night at the Republican National Convention.
Tonight, Mr. Chairman, I stand here humbled and I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to say I officially accept your nomination to be Vice President of the United States of America.
He acknowledged the attempted assassination of his running mate.
As we meet tonight, we cannot forget that this evening could have been so much different. Instead of a day of celebration, this could have been a day of heartache and mourning.
And tonight, former President Donald Trump will formally accept his party's nomination for the presidency, and the theme of his message tonight is unity. President Biden has COVID off the campaign trail as more of his allies are calling for him to drop out of the race, isolating at his beach house in Delaware. America is listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And right now, and let's see, it's about a couple of minutes after 7 o'clock on a Wednesday morning.
No, it's Friday Eve.
Oh, it's Friday Eve. Somebody should have told me that when I got up this morning. But my dog wasn't talking to me, and my wife was still asleep, and the doggy didn't like me.
Why?
Because I went and got in the shower and left him alone.
Shocker.
Yeah. So anyway, he's made amends, but he's still got to finish
My
his
dog
food.
loves me when I first get up because he knows food's coming.
Yeah, he got his food, but he waited for his mama to get the food, and,
Yeah.
and he's eaten most of it, but
Yes,
he's still
he
got a little
has.
bit to go. I haven't told anybody anything, have we?
No.
Good morning, I'm Kelly Knapp.
Good morning, I'm Rayford Brown.
Welcome to Live and Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. I guess I could be a Kelly with a Y, right? Kelly.
You
Kelly's
could.
Heroes. Remember that show, that movie?
No,
Oh, with Kojak in it?
I remember the actor Kojak.
No, well, that was a movie.
Oh.
I think well, maybe it wasn't that movie, but it was a movie, Kelly's Heroes. Hell, that could have been, Rawhide's guy. Clint Eastwood may have been in that movie. I don't know.
Clint Eastwood.
It is Thursday. And
you're
we
Rayford, and I'm actually Lee,
Yeah,
so
you're
we'll
Lee.
get that straightened out.
We combine them. It could be Ray Lee, right?
Ray Lee.
There is already Kelly.
Oh, no, I'm still concerned we may be cousins. We got talking about family.
Oh,
one
yeah.
day
We got lots
in
of
the
family.
foothills of Kentucky and
Yeah, well, I got
elsewhere.
family out in that neck of the woods, but they weren't from there. They moved there,
I have family.
trying to get away from me.
There were Fords. Yes, in fact, I
Oh, really?
had an Uncle Henry Ford,
Really?
and my mother
was it that one?
No, but she was related through the line to Henry Ford. The
I
Henry
wonder
Ford
if I
didn't
am,
do us any
because
good.
My grandmother's mother was Ford
See, that's
down
what we got
South
talking.
Carolina way. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, who knows? Whatever.
Cause
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Down in up yonder in Milwaukee.
I'm gonna tell you what.
What an evening.
Once again, I got emotional,
Oh God.
and especially when the Gold Star families came out,
Mhm.
I was emotional. Brought tears to my eyes. And then that 98-year-old
He's my
World
man.
War II vet.
Yeah, he was a good
How
guy.
precious was he?
And because I was trying to do the math, I said, okay, World War II. Wow, he's a mighty young-looking World War II guy. I said, well, let's just say that he entered the army late
Right.
in the war. Let's just say he entered in 43 or 44. He could have been 19 at that time. Well, that doesn't put him that much older than me. If he
My
was,
dad, enlisted in the Marine Corps, Semper
Uh-huh.
Fi, right before the war was over. So he
Mhm.
was a World War II veteran also.
So anyway, at 19, he could have been born in. If he'd been 19, say in 1944. Well,
My dad was only 16 when he went in.
yeah. Did he get his parents' permission, or did he
His,
lie?
his mother
Oh,
told stories. She lied to let him in.
she lied too. All right.
Yeah.
Audie Murphy just lied. He was 15 when he went in.
Wow.
He just straight up lied somehow or another. He was from Tennessee, so little corn liquor, get you to line, and everybody will believe you.
Yeah, well, that 98-year-old war vet last
was
night.
cool.
He was cool. He was, and as like we were talking this morning, and I was texting somebody last night. He had more spunk in him than Biden did.
Yep. Well, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
And our best wishes for the president.
Yes.
It was announced yesterday that he's got COVID again.
Yes.
He's had it once or twice, hasn't he?
Yeah, I do believe so.
Hopefully, it's not going to be anything serious, as we heard from Dr. Rosemary. Was it yesterday?
Yes, and she
Yeah.
said this strain
This
going
strain
around
is,
now is mild.
Much weaker, not overly significant, because with somebody as obviously as old as Biden, it becomes a little more of an issue, a challenge.
More of a risk, yes.
I don't know about his other physical issues because nobody tells us, right?
Right.
And we do know that nobody will tell us about his cognitive issues. So they keep all of that secret.
Well, you know, he was supposed to meet with some leaders yesterday afternoon
Uh-huh.
and canceled it because he had just been diagnosed.
Then he ended up straight at the beach house.
And I'm ashamed to say, my very first thought was,
Yeah, you don't believe
Okay.
it. You didn't believe it then.
I didn't believe
you
it then.
questioned it.
I questioned it. It was more of questioning. I'm not saying that I didn't believe it,
Yeah.
but I just thought,
Well, the only thought that came through my mind, okay, he's got it, and I know people who've got it, who've had it just this summer.
Yeah.
Some couple of
still out
relatives
there. Right.
of mine, they've had it, and one of them got along fine. One of them was kind of a challenge for him. But the only thing that I thought about was, hopefully, it's not going to be serious, because I don't care who's got it. I don't want it to be serious.
Right.
Unless it would be somebody like Idi Amin or, Ayatollah Khomeini or Hitler if they were still kicking. That would be fine for them and have it very seriously.
Well,
But I don't want him or anybody else to get it. That's just not a nice thing.
Even though I came out questioning it, I still wish him well.
Yeah, I do too.
You
Yeah.
know, most definitely. He is
Yeah.
our president.
But the one thing that got me suspicious is that just either the night before last or a day before that, or was it BET that he was on? He was answering questions about, are you going to drop out? No, there's nothing that will make me drop out unless I get physically ill, unless I have a serious illness or something like that. That, like the timing, there are things that happen.
Yeah, that's right.
And you just look back and look at it. Oh my God, he just said that. Well, that may
Could
have
just be a
absolutely
coincidence.
Totally a coincidence. So
With that, like with him making that statement not long ago where he was speaking to some of his Democratic colleagues
Yeah.
on the phone in a private conversation.
there's no such thing.
Saying that that we need to put Trump in the bullseye, and then a couple days later, Trump's in the bullseye.
Well,
And I'm sure
that's not what he meant.
we all know that's not what he meant.
He meant what he said, and that's we all use these things. That
Right.
We're going to target that person.
That's right.
How often do you hear that?
Target with ads.
We're going to
Target with
target this. We're going to
know-
go after that. We're going, yeah. So I don't pay
Ju-
any attention to that.
No, I don't either. But so much has been made out of that.
Yeah, of
so.
course. Well, everybody makes something out of it. Anything. He
Anything.
Says, number one.
Oh, we saw that yesterday locally. My gosh.
Oh yeah, that's out there. Anyway, it was all Vance last night, but it started out fairly strong all the way through. I didn't understand Trump's former henchman, Navarro.
Yeah. Yes. I
What?
think
I don't. He walked out of prison yesterday morning, walks onto the stage last night
he
as
was a little unusual to me.
speaker, and I'm like, okay, well, I had his back or whatever he said about Trump, and I'll continue to have his back. Make it sound like he took a bullet for Trump. I've got confused.
I think that whole thing. Well, it was he was subpoenaed before the Congress,
Right.
and to talk about January 6th, et cetera, and about the elections that he still claimed last night on stage that they were stolen, and that there was a lot of shenanigans. And I was extremely surprised that they even allowed him to
disappointed
come
in
on.
that,
I
no.
was disappointed in that.
It
But
had
then
to be Trump
again,
payback.
but then and again, we're discussing. He just got out of prison that morning, and I think they said, you know, thank you for what you did for us. We're going to let you talk tonight in front of the nation.
Yeah, I should have been ringing a bell though.
Yes,
point in time.
I thought that was I think that went bad.
And then when he brought his girlfriend up, I'm like,
Boy, that was a little unusual too.
it was a little awkward, I would think.
I had awkward. It was awkward watching it. I'm like, okay.
Trump Jr. did a good job last night.
Yes, he did.
I was
Fantastic.
impressed, very impressed. It's probably too bad he's not politically oriented.
And his daughter.
His daughter.
Oh, if you missed it, you missed it.
The granddaughter came out. He said
Kai.
she called him Kai.
Kai, yes.
Kai called said, "Daddy, I want to talk at the RNC." Well, I don't think anybody knew that was happening.
No, I don't
Apparently
think
they kept
anybody
it
saw that
quiet.
coming.
Yeah,
Yes.
kept it quiet. So
He kept saying,
brought
you
her
know,
on
this is
stage.
going to be unusual. Trump usually never gives up the microphone, but
Yeah.
I'm giving it up tonight.
Yeah, but he
and I'm
gave it
like,
up to a Trump. So
But he gave it up to his daughter. But I think she did a
she
great
did
job.
a really good job. How old is she?
She looked to be, what, 15, 16 maybe? I don't know. I'll look it up and see if I can.
Okay, I thought she was about 18 or 20.
Oh, by the way she was dressed?
Yeah, until I saw her walk off stage in the heels, and I said, "Oh, she does not have a lot of experience in heels."
Oh, well, she was probably scared to death.
Well, I'm sure she was.
Get up there and speak in front of that group of people.
Yeah, but I do not think anybody wrote that speech for her
No, that was from her heart.
That
She
was-
talked about Trump
as a grandpa.
as a grandpa,
As a
nothing
normal
else.
grandpa.
As a normal
Yeah,
grandpa.
so-
And the stories were cute.
Yeah,
I like
they
that.
They were well done. And then Donald leads on to the star of the evening, as far as I was concerned.
Oh, I was
I'm like,
impressed.
holy mackerel, where has this guy been hiding? Well, he hasn't been tainted yet. We talked about that. He has not been subjected to the rigors of the inside the beltway.
He's only been in politics 18 months
Yeah.
as an elected.
Yeah, so
He's brand new. He's not tainted, like you said.
I'm
He
glad
doesn't
for
owe
that.
anybody anything.
Nope. It's Marine,
Yes.
enlisted in the Marine Corps right after 9/11.
Served here at Cherry Point at one time.
Yeah, and I know he worked in public affairs. I don't know what else he did. I know he was on station in Iraq. So I don't know exactly what he did during his tenure. Well, I'm sure, no doubt, we'll learn a lot more about him as time goes by.
Yeah. So, like I told you yesterday, I watched that movie Hillbilly Elegy.
That's the one based on the book that he wrote.
That's based on a book that he wrote in 2016.
Mhm.
And this is before he even got into politics. So there's no reference to politics at all in this movie.
Cool.
I was very impressed with the movie. I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
And it's the story of him growing up and the challenges that he faced living with a poor, the family was poor. There was abuse. His mother was a drug addict. He did say last night she's been clean for 10 years now, and he
Yeah,
had
that
her
one
there.
sort of stole. I did not expect that to happen.
Yeah.
I have not heard anything except what we know about her in the
Right.
past. I have not heard anything. I have not heard any major references to him. The media hasn't done much with it.
Right.
And then he introduced her in the audience last night. I think he shocked a whole
She was
lot of
sitting right
folks.
next to the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
Uh-huh.
And just to watch the interaction between those two just made me smile. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you, in the movie, it took me getting through almost all the movie before I realized that the woman playing the grandmother was Glenn Close. What an
Oh,
excellent
really?
job she
Oh,
did. I
she's
didn't
a
even
good
realize it
actress
was
anyway.
her. Yes.
So-
So if you've not watched the movie, it's on Netflix. You have got to watch it. It's really good.
So anyway, he went on with that. He went on about his mom. He went on about his Meemaw, who rose him,
Yes.
raised him.
She roasted him.
She rosed him too. And one of the points that he made near the end of the speech, that I thought the end of the speech was coming several different times, that he didn't. And he mentioned her, how old she was, and she was in bad shape and was on her way out. And when they went through the house, they found 19 loaded guns.
Really? I
You didn't
missed
hear that?
No, I
Oh
missed
my
that.
God. They found 19 loaded guns, and she apparently made the statement at some point in time that as she was getting older, she didn't have the ability to jump and run and go to whatever. So
Oh,
she
you
just
go, Grandma.
stationed loaded guns, 19 of
Meemaw
them.
bad. She was a
Ma.
bad one. I missed that. I had a phone call and I was trying to listen to everything.
Well,
and
that's one of them that I'm sure that soundbite's
it's
going to be
sli-
played over and over
I
again.
definitely. Oh yeah. Sure.
That got good reaction from the crowd.
Yes.
let's just put it
Yes.
that
I
way.
have to go back and rewatch his entire speech because I saw most of it, but like I said, I had a phone call. You always get the phone call, and you're
Yeah, I
like-
don't.
But
I have a choice of answering or not.
well, my phone call was more important, so
Yeah, well,
it was
Good.
family, and
well, that's all right.
I always stop everything for family. But it was another great night. I think every single night thus far has been
Well,
good.
I don't know. This is the only one that I've watched, and I full disclosure, I did not watch all of it. I was working on different things and responding to some emails and to some to a friend of mine. He and I chatted a bit last night because he is living,
Oh, okay.
and I'm not going to tell y'all why.
I could probably guess.
I know you
It's been one of those weeks. It's been very political.
Yeah.
It's been division on everywhere over the shooting.
Yeah.
And with assumptions and conjectures.
Mm-hmm.
And so I talked to somebody last night, still adamant about this one particular thing.
Yeah, well,
Where,
we're
you
going
know.
to find out a little bit more. We're not going to find out right now.
Right,
And we're not going to find out this week.
right. It's going
Well,
to
we're
take
gonna
some
find
time.
out,
Yeah, we're going to find
because
out.
they're still doing investigations into that whole mess, and they're getting some stuff. But I think we'll find out a little bit more next week.
Yeah, we do know that somewhere someone dropped the ball.
Yeah.
And as to, I know that the local police department there is now put out a statement saying, hey, we were only there for traffic control.
Yeah.
In
Well,
the parking lot.
that's generally what it is.
See, so,
But you're a cop, and you're always a cop.
but I'm surprised at the Secret Service director.
We'll see. We shall see
will
what we shall
happens
see.
there.
Okie dokie. We'll be back with that in just a few minutes. So we're in a lull right now. Look over there at that screen. Do you see anything besides a white cursor on it?
Shh, no.
There's no X's, no
I
yellow
know.
X's, no red X's, no X's, no nothing except
Let's
blue
write this.
water.
We need to take a picture. Say,
Yeah.
oh, wow, remember
It's been
this
that way
day?
for several days.
Yes, it has been.
So we're good. We're no tropical cyclone activity in the Atlantic hurricane belt.
Nice.
Those storms are expected to develop during the upcoming week. You wouldn't believe that if you look outside right now. So during this lull, I'm asking you, here's my question for you today. What will you do when a hurricane is moving off the coast of Africa with a projected path that will bring it somewhere along the South or Middle Atlantic coast states?
I know what I do.
Okay,
I go
that's
out
your-
buy the bread and milk.
That's your first
Right.
inkling that there is a possibility of something out there.
Exactly.
It's a very broad question, but we sort of have to deal in things like that. Initially, there will be lots of questions asked, I'm sure, with not a lot of definitive answers. At what point over the next week will you start to put together a plan? We seldom know where a storm coming in our general direction is going to hit. It could hit Miami, it could hit, well, we've seen them go up into New England. Maybe a day or so from landfall, the experts at the National Hurricane Center will narrow it down to perhaps a couple 100 miles long, a stretch somewhere along the coast. It could be North Carolina, could be South Carolina, could be Virginia, could be Georgia, could be Florida. Yeah, it could be anywhere along that if it's coming towards the East Coast. Assuming you have at least studied a bit about storms and what you'll need to get through a few days without power, without being able to run to a supermarket for supplies, will you have enough on hand to allow you to get through? If you have babies or small children, how about pets? What special needs do they have? Chances are their needs will exceed yours. Given this lull in activity and not much else to eat away at your time than political rhetoric, it would be wise to either dust off and update any plans you've made in the past or start one from scratch. A lot of information to at least get you started is available at the National Hurricane Center website, the National Weather Service website, and ready.gov. Look for the keyword plans. on those sites. Don't stop with getting through one day or two during and right immediately after the storm. Depending upon how strong the storm is and the amount of damage to our power grid, you may be on your own for a week, maybe longer, depending upon where you live. One thing that will make your lives miserable: no electricity, no lights, no hot water, no air conditioning,
Spoiled.
no refrigeration.
Spoiled.
While our power companies will be performing miracles, you'll have to understand that they repair areas where power is out for the largest number of customers first. They will continue working, but be aware that if the power line feeding your home is the only one that's down, it will be on the list of repair, but it will not likely be at the top of that list. When the lights aren't working while the wrath of the storm is upon us, it may be frightening, but you can survive that part. It's the recovery time. That's when it's going to be a problem for you. When you're trying to get your lives back on track, that's when it really is difficult. A standby Generac generator from John Stars Electric will make the recovery a lot easier. Give the folks a call, and a member of the Stars team will work with you to come up with a system to handle your immediate needs. Take it from me, just knowing that I will be able to keep going as best we can under the circumstances gives me peace of mind. John Stars Electric, 910-989-1908. We'll be right back with a look at the end of the week weather. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer. Tune in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for Sports Talk. As we start our high school football previews, we have Coach Jonathan Bird of the White Oak Vikings, Coach Kelly Davis of the Dixon Bulldogs. We'll also be talking about the Woody's Roundup, Racing Report, and this day's 97.1 WSME.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Get Ahead at Work.
It's simple. Just ask for a meeting with your supervisor. While you're discussing the latest sales reports, just slip into the conversation that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Whoa! The business savvy you showed saving hundreds of dollars on home insurance will have you running seminars on saving money in no time.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
And your marine weather forecast is brought to you by Community Action Services. Did I say that? Community Prevention Services. They're active, but they're trying to prevent problems, right?
That's right.
Help you out if you got some problems. Something that's getting more and more attention these days is vaping. Until a couple of years ago, I really didn't know much about it. People around me, a few of them, would be inhaling something that was cuddled in their hands, something I couldn't see. They said, well, we can't smoke in here. We can't smoke in any public buildings, but there's no sign that says we can't vape. What the heck? What is vaping? I didn't know. Had no clue. Then I would see what I originally thought was a puff of smoke spewing forth. Turns out it wasn't smoke, but it was some kind of steam or vapor coming out. Originally, I was led to believe, or maybe it was conned into making me believe it, that the users were trying to quit smoking cigarettes. Sounded like a good story, right? Something not as harmful as cigarettes. Okay, I can sort of buy that if it's true. As time goes by, I start picking up some vibes. Seems that a lot of that vaping stuff was to hide the fact that everything from nicotine to narcotics was being ingested right in front of my face. It's not that I was caught off guard, just another one of those seemingly harmless fads that was meant to sneak something by us. Did you know that North Carolina is number 2 in the entire United States for teen vape use?
Number 2.
Number 2. There's nothing innocent about it. Have you noticed the number of shops that specialize in vaping products? They skyrocketed.
Every corner.
Have you not figured out that someone's making a lot of money off of some harmless fad? And they want us to believe there's no harm. Parents, grandparents, this is for you. If your kids have told you that it's harmless, maybe you didn't exactly buy into that story, but you had no information to the contrary. I mean, if it was hard, if it was really bad for us, would our leaders let it happen right under their noses? If you're looking for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, you might want to check in with Community Prevention Services. Give them a call, set up an appointment, and experience a peace of mind opening event. During that time, you'll be told what law enforcement is actually doing to combat this habit. There are illegalities, and more of them are coming forth on a regular basis. Call Community Prevention Services, 910-353-0972, 910-353-0972. Give them a call today. Offshore, a small craft advisory remains in effect through this evening. Southwesterly winds 20 to 25 knots, gusts up to 30, seas 4 to 6 feet. Oh, yeah. Southwesterly waves coming from the southwest, 6 footers every 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers rough. Southwesterly winds tomorrow, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. 4-foot waves from the south every 6 seconds. That means the inlets and adjacent waters will be rough. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop. Saturday, more better. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop.
Okay, well, today, showers and thunderstorms likely this afternoon. Some of the storms could produce heavy rainfall, mostly cloudy with a high near 90 and a heat index value as high as 100. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms, cloudy with a low of 72. Friday, afternoon showers and thunderstorms with some of the storms producing heavy rainfall, high near 87. And Saturday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 90.
It'll be hot, continued hot.
Yeah, it's muggy.
And it is muggy. And right now it's really muggy outside. Okay, ready for my turn?
Yeah, let me just kick back and get comfortable and you go for it.
The complaints against the top echelon at the U.S. Secret Service are growing by the minute. Meetings with small groups over the events of that afternoon last Saturday are becoming more and more concerning. Initially handled with something like, "All's well, nothing more to see here." It's not comforting to me, not comforting to most Americans, including members of the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate. From witnesses at the rally, including local police officers, we're hearing reports that there appeared to be a major failure, not with the Secret Service agents assigned to protect Donald Trump, but with those at the top who authorized the security operation and for individuals who missed some key elements that day. The director of the Secret Services will appear on Monday before the House Oversight Committee. She was commanded as early as about 2 hours after the shooting to be there. You can rest assured that she will be under the gun for quite some time. Whether there was a failure that could have been prevented, I'm not here to judge. I don't know everything that most of us want to know yet. I have the same questions that a lot of folks have. We've discussed those. No need to beat a dead horse. I hope that our leaders in the House are not looking for a scapegoat. That's all I can tell you. I don't want them looking for one person to blame all this on, whether that's at the top of the Secret Service or elsewhere. It would be nice to not have to sit through partisan Bravo Sierra, as some of my childhood heroes said pretty much every week on TV when he was asking questions. Just the facts, ma'am. That's what they need to go into this hearing next week is just the facts, ma'am. At the same time, if this director has put into place procedures to support her personal causes that is causing a great agency to become weaker, if she's bowing to the partisan wishes of anyone, then it's up to our government leaders to correct a problem. But let me be perfectly clear. That problem may rest at her feet, but you can bet she's not the cause of that problem exclusively. Our political elites have been using our federal law enforcement and national security groups for their personal political objectives for far too long. My first knowledge of that came during the Nixon years when the president preyed on the expert techniques of the Central Intelligence Agency to do his dirty work. I have no doubts that similar things happened before and since involving the ATF. Shall we mention Eric Holder? Hello. The FBI and heaven knows how many others. As many have said about last Saturday, the agents on the scene did their jobs with the tools and training they had in their arsenal. They went above and beyond as far as I'm concerned. We really don't have any idea how many whack jobs that have been stopped before they got their fingers on the trigger. The Secret Service doesn't just act as human shields. This organization has intelligence units that work on thousands of tips they receive, some not particularly valid, but they check them out anyway. What fell through the cracks last Saturday, we don't know. While we really don't want to point out any glaring systemic weaknesses to other nutcases or this nation's enemies, we do need reassurances that our government will do everything in its power to ensure that nothing like this will ever happen again. If heads must roll, it should be the right heads, not a sacrificial lamb.
Well put, well said. I couldn't agree more. And like you, I have learned to wait until all the facts are in.
Yep.
I have
Doesn't stop me from having questions, but I've got questions.
exactly right. And I have assumptions and I have opinions, but I'm not going to argue over them, and I'm not going to publicly say this person did wrong, that one did wrong.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was not there. I am not schooled in procedures like that.
Me either.
And what to do. I've never been a Secret Service agent.
Nope.
So I will just go on record again saying that I think they did a great job when they came up on the stage to protect
Those guys did marvelous.
Yes, to protect Trump and then get him off the stage and into the vehicle. I think they did a great job. They did their job.
Eric Trump has been vocal since the
Yes,
shooting.
he has.
And he's blaming somebody right now at the Secret Service. He doesn't know who. He did make a point last night during an interview during the convention, but not at the convention. He did make a point of saying, those guys, I know that team. I know them personally. I know all of that team that's been
Right.
protecting my daddy. They all did good. They did exactly what they're trained to do. They went into automatic mode and they protected him at all costs to them. But somebody dropped the ball, he said.
Somebody did.
And I don't know where. I don't know where. I'm not going to point any fingers because I just don't know. Yes,
We
the
don't
buck will
know.
always stop with the loss. They're the leader.
Right.
But that
course.
may not be the total cause of it.
Of course. And I know that the Secret Service director has taken out a lot of flack for not having pressers on all of this.
Well,
and
I was critical of that to begin with, but I'm not sure that the director of the agency that was tasked with handling this whole operation should have gone in front of a camera any more than Obama should have jumped in front of a camera when a police officer was involved in a shooting in New York some years ago and blamed the cop until he found out, well, it wasn't the cop's fault.
Right, exactly.
Somebody else.
And we don't need to
You don't
know.
need those kind of people jumping in front of a camera stealing time.
We don't need to know the ins and outs of the Secret Service, I feel like, because that's something that needs to be kept quiet.
If I know it, if I'm
The bad guys are
my
gonna know
lower
it.
level here as a citizen of this country,
That's
if I
right.
were made aware of that, then all the KGB, all the Chinese, whoever the assassins are they've got employed, North Korea, oh, for heaven's sakes, they'll hire some bumpkin to do something. Iran right now, they've already made threats. We know that these people can act. We know that individuals have been coming across the border who have ties to these governments. We know that there have been some dissident. Here's what I will say. My speculation is there is no government that's going to send its top agents in to do a deed like this. They're going to hire somebody like a Lee Harvey Oswald. They're
Right.
Gonna,
Not some
they're gonna-
20-year-old kid.
or some 20-year-old kid. They can hire some 20-year-old kid because he doesn't have any ties to them, nothing they can trace back directly.
Right, right.
Lee
But
Harvey
just-
Oswald spent some time in Russia, married a Russian. That's that, and back in 1963, that's as close as they could come to tying it to anything. Right?
True.
Now-
I just don't think they just like, oh, find me a 20-year-old kid that likes to shoot.
Yeah,
I just don't see that. But
well.
I know what you're saying exactly. But did you see, I don't know if you were watching when Trump came out onto the floor last night, and this has been the same since the start of the convention. He is flanked by Secret Service.
Oh,
There
yeah,
is-
yeah, well,
and they all get
they're
up there.
They're very obvious
And
now. They
they're
wouldn't-
touching each other's shoulder,
Yeah.
you know, like this to create the line. And when Trump went up close to the people, and there was people that were wanting to touch his hand, and
No.
you know, and the Secret Service was like, no. And I was like, Look, I don't-
they made their presence very obvious last night. They wanted
Yes.
everybody to know they were there. And I'm glad the cameras did not pan the upper levels or anywhere around there, because you can rest assured there were spotters and people with equipment to take out bad people.
sure. I mean, look, you know, I've been in the past to a few of his rallies,
Mm-hmm.
and I told you I was right up front, like in the VIP section, right behind him or beside him. And
Not anymore.
no, I didn't. Those Secret Service guys, they have guns. I was like, hey, I stood my distance. I didn't. You know, it would be nice to be able to go up there and touch the president.
Right.
You know,
He's a man, puts his pants on the same way we do.
well, you know,
He
he's
may
a
have gone. He
figure.
may have gone to the bathroom, forgot to wash his hands. Why
He's
do you
a
want to do
figure.
that?
But you know, I mean, I knew
Sorry.
better than
He's a human.
to reach over the barrier and try to touch him. No, they would. You know, that's what you would have seen on national news. Me getting taken down.
Wham!
I'm like, no. Mm-mm.
Face dumped. All right, there you go.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a break, and we do want to hear from you guys now. Now is your
Yes.
time.
Yeah, I'd like to hear what people's thoughts are on what they've seen so far at the Republican National Convention. I have found, I don't know, it's kind of put me in a very patriotic mood with a lot of the speakers. I do. I feel like the party's coming together.
That's because you're a party person, and I'm
Well,
not.
now I was very disappointed with the Republican Party over the last year or so with the division and everything. I was just like, I kind of just backed out of a lot of stuff. But
I will tell you that choosing Vance as a VP,
I think
as
it's
his
smart.
guy
Yes.
to run with him, will mellow whatever his tones are.
Right.
I think.
Right.
Because the guy has got a lot to. Trump could take a lot of lessons from him. Let's just put it that way.
Well, Trump speaks tonight, and he's supposed to. He tore up his original speech, and he's supposed to speak on unity. And I'm really anxious to hear what he's got to say. And I will say, I will also be watching the Democratic convention because I want to hear what the other side's got to say.
Are they really going to have one?
Yeah,
no. When is it scheduled for August?
I don't know.
This is the last half of
There's
July.
There's a lot in the works right now, a lot to be said.
Lots
So
of
we're
things
just going to
happening
have
out
to
there.
see.
I mean, even Schumer,
Schumer?
He's carrying the message from Pelosi because Pelosi couldn't get to.
Was it
Trump.
Schumer and Pelosi that met yesterday
Yeah.
and publicly put out a statement that they
Yeah.
think Joe needs to step down?
Yeah, but Schumer met with Joe. Maybe Schumer's going to have COVID before it's over with if he keeps this up. Oh my. Let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME. We'll be right back.
Three-quarter harmony with cool. I said with cool, Bobby B.
Hey, it's Cool Bobby B. Jacksonville, Onslow County, and beyond. You have found the official station for the Doo-Wop Stop. Heard Saturday nights, 7 till 10, right here on Freedom 97.1 WSME and worldwide at WSME971.com. Join me as we play the absolute best and greatest doo-wop songs of all time. Saturday night, 7 till 10. Get connected now at doowopstop.com.
How are y'all doing, Richland's Piggly Wiggly fam? Your week is about to get a whole lot better because we have some whole Boston butt for just $1.79 a pound. Toss it on the grill and have you a family barbecue. Fresh Springer Mountain chicken thighs and drumsticks for $1.29 a pound. I don't know about y'all, but I love me some fried chicken. Pair it with some fresh snap beans for 99 cents a pound. You just can't go wrong with green beans. And don't forget to grab some local North Carolina grown seedless watermelons for $3.99 each. You'll need a refreshing snack on these hot summer days. Stop by the Richlands Piggly Wiggly this week for a smile and delicious deals.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
When it comes to paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Stars Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
The excitement of baseball has arrived in Jacksonville with the Jacksonville Ospreys Summer Collegiate Baseball Team. Playing their games in inaugural season at Jack Emmett Park in Jacksonville. Bring your family and friends. Catch the fun with games, promotions, and special events. Grab season passes, online tickets, and game times at JacksonvilleOspreys.com. Tickets just $10 at the gate. This summer, swing on over and score some fun with your own Jacksonville Ospreys.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, I'm just talking about a new law. It needs to be done. If you're going to, in a supermarket or wherever, if there's going to be packages of beef, like 2 steaks or 3 steaks in the same package, they should come from the same cow. They should be certified from the same cow. I got 2 of them in a package. Robbie's was great. Mine was anything but great.
I've had that happen too, and I agree with you.
So, if it's going to be bad, both should be bad. If it's going to be good, both should be good.
I know.
That's
I
my
had
2
gotten
cents
one
worth.
not long ago, and I cooked it just like I cook I cook it always, and it was so tough. I threw it in the garbage. I couldn't eat it.
What we're sadly lacking here is a butcher. We have.
We used to
have the Piggly Wiggly. We had 2 of them here in
We used to
Jacksonville.
have the community meat center right
We
down
had
here
the
on
one
Ponte
down.
Green.
That was the one that I used.
Yes.
Mr. Cyrus.
Jeff Morton.
Jeff Morton. Cyrus Morton.
Yeah, Cyrus Morton was his daddy.
That was
I know Jeff, his son, so I was trying.
Anyway, a great place.
Right.
We don't have a fresh meat, honest to goodness, imported beef from somewhere else other than, roadkill. I'm just, I get a little bit fed up with paying the prices that you pay for a steak, and then,
It's tough, tough.
So I've surrendered again. I did it for so long.
Right.
It's back to the Burro down at Swansboro.
Yeah.
They've got, I'm going to put a plug in right now. If you want a steak,
Good.
which I just never thought about
Mhm.
going to the Burro because I've been eating there forever. And I always get their seafood, which I still get. But every now and then when I'm in the mood for, cow, that's where I'm going. I'm not going to go buy it at the store.
We all went. Was it last summer?
Yeah,
we
summer.
went, and I tried the
you got
pan
this-
fried steak, like you
Oh,
said.
Lord.
Delicious.
You can cut that sucker with a fork, and it's got
Yes.
flavor from one end to
It
the
was
other.
a delicious
and
meal.
It's always consistent.
Yes.
So-
It was very, very good, and I enjoyed that trip out there, and look forward to the next one. Yep.
Okay, we got Steve on the line for just a couple of minutes before the maybe. Steve, you there?
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing?
Doing fine. You?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Hey, I was wondering if y'all caught the part of the convention where the governor from West Virginia said that Republicans need to become completely unhinged if Trump don't win.
I didn't even see. So I
didn't hear
honestly,
that.
I have not watched, except last night, a couple of the speeches during this time. I just don't do conventions. I don't do. I hated them since I was a little kid, and they took up my TV time. Okay.
Right. And disclosure, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just caught some snippets of it, some outtakes, and that was one of the ones I caught.
Who is the governor of
Typically,
West
I don't watch
Virginia?
either. I'm sorry?
Who is the governor?
No,
Who is the governor of West Virginia?
Youngkin? Oh, wait a minute.
No. It escapes me right now. But he was out there with his dog, so that's the easy way to identify it. He had his dog sitting in the chair
I
beside
was
him.
trying to think.
Oh, I didn't see that.
But,
Didn't even hear about it. Sorry.
Yeah. That's okay. I'm just curious what he meant by
Jim
unhinged,
Justice.
And
Where did I get Youngkin from?
and it concerns me that they're still trying to turn the temperature up in politics, considering what's happened recently.
Well, I would think that the comments by the VP nominee now for the Republican Party is going to temper some of that.
Right.
I think it will come within reason.
But Justice, I think, is the governor's name. Of West
Yeah, that's
Virginia.
what she
Yeah,
just looked up.
that's what I just looked up. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I think
know
it's
why I had
Justice,
Youngkin
yeah.
on my mind, but why? Jim Justice and his bulldog.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
that's it.
from
But yeah,
what-
he
from
made
what-
the comment that if Trump don't win, that MAGA needs to become completely unhinged. And
Well, I think they should
That
be
was kind of
unhinged. They should be
outrageous
unhinged
statement,
anyway, and just just move on, move forward.
right.
Make fishing great again. Let's move on.
Sometimes you can't
Right.
stop some of those individuals who are coming up on stage from making crazy statements.
Oh yeah,
And that's just like with Navarro.
yeah.
Why was he even up there
Sam,
last night?
It's payback. That's all
Yes.
political payback.
Honestly, from him, I got a real problem with these people that are going around saying the election. They're still saying the election was stolen.
Yeah,
After
me
all
too.
this time, we should know the who, what, when, why, and how of that, or they need to stop saying it. You know, it's an insult to our country. It's worse than any kneeling for the national anthem I've ever seen.
Yep.
That they keep saying this without any evidence to back up their claim.
Steve, all I'm going to do is I tell them every time I hear this from anybody, any one of them or anybody who calls it, show me the bacon, okay? You ain't got the bacon, I ain't going to listen to you.
Well, but they don't ever show it, and they just keep saying it.
I know they
So,
don't show
I mean,
it, and I don't listen. So,
I get that, but there are people who do,
yeah.
and you know,
Okay. All right. So,
they don't get enough pushback. It seems like I ain't saying you in general. I'm just saying in general from all media.
Steve,
even the left doesn't push back like they should.
Well,
you
Steve,
know?
ignoring people like that is the best way to deal with
Right.
them. I do it all the time. I ignore some of the craziest people in the world. They try to rile me up, and I get over it. I drink another sip of water, and I move on. Not that big a deal anymore. I used to get riled up in a heartbeat. Let's fight. But I don't do that.
On a personal level, I would agree with you there, but it also concerns me that they're riling up all these other people who are not turning a blind ear to it.
Yeah, fewer and
Or
fewer
they're-
every day is what I'm seeing. So, all right, let's go play some
Yeah,
bills.
I hope so. All right.
Thank you.
Y'all have a blessed day.
You too. Timmy, I know you're on the line. Do not go away because you got some advice for me, and I want to hear it when we come back. You're live and local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
WSME.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service. Scott Thigpen, owner of Mixed Masters Concrete, is happy to announce the opening of East Duplin Precast LLC, specializing in durable 1,000-gallon concrete septic tanks. If you need a septic tank for your home or business, call Scott at 910-284-0547 or the plant manager, Jaime Espino, at 910-298-6153 or 910-915-9612. East Duplin Precast LLC can handle an order for one septic tank or as many as you need if you're a contractor. We're brand new. East Duplin Precast LLC specializes in durable concrete septic tanks. 3663 North Carolina Highway 24, East Beulahville. Proud to be a part of the continuing growth of Duplin, Onslow counties, and all of eastern North Carolina.
Home Connections of Beulahville is connecting people with the American dream of home ownership. In addition to single wides, double wides, and modular homes, Home Connections offers custom building and land home packages throughout eastern North Carolina just for you. Whether it be a single wide, double wide, modular home, or custom built dream home, Home Connections will make it happen. Home Connections sincerely wants you to have the American dream, your own home. Home Connections features homes by Clayton, With a variety of floor plans and amenities to choose from, and many finance options available, Home Connections can make owning your own home affordable and simple. 50% of new home buyers at Home Connections are through referrals, and references are gladly provided. For your convenience, Home Connections in Beulaville is now open from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Beautiful homes, friendly staff, and financing. All you need to do now is call Bobby or Reggie, 910-298-3387. That's 910-298-3387. Or visit ourhomeconnections.com.
Home Connections, Highway 24, Beulaville, on your way to and from the beach.
Summer vacation season is here, and if your plans include hitting the road to do some traveling, then make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle. A trip to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind, with the best value on all name brand tires, and the largest selection of used tires in the area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes and alignment service, and what is really nice is there's no long wait time. Silent Service Center knows you are busy and will have you back on the road in a hurry. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. And we had a listener who posted something.
Make fishing great again.
I made a comment during when Steve was on. Make fishing great again. That's what we need to do. Make fishing great again.
Okay.
Hey, listener, here's my cap.
Yes.
All right, Timmy, how are you?
Well, you can't put that on hat because people think you be vulgar. MFGA. Yeah.
Well, I got it on. I got it on my hat. I got it on my hat, and I'm wearing
Well,
it.
ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I mean, people think you might think you vulgar, but no, I wouldn't. I mean, not you.
Make fishing great again.
If I saw it, make fishing great again. That's exactly But you know how some people would be. Well, in fact, when I ran Equine Country one time, the Sable Horse Rider Cowboy song was out, and Janet Baker, a good friend of mine, went out there and put on there Save a Cowboy Rider Horse, and I swear somebody pulled in there and thought that was obnoxious and that was obscene, and she didn't want her child reading that. But somebody's gonna fuss. And why? And I just shook my head.
Well, if you say this hat is vulgar, there's something wrong with you. I can recommend a good counselor for you. Community Prevention Services. If you think this is vulgar,
we can give you the number.
I want to call about number one. You talk about state. You hit the nail on the head. My opinion, Steve. Remember this word, son. It's called opinion. Everybody's got one. And my opinion, the best steak you can get in Onslow County is the Burro. I mean, I've been to many places. You've got Sneeze Ferry, Madison, TJ down there. He cooks a great steak. Nothing wrong with it. Great. The Marina Cafe, the Marina, right there in Jacksonville, they cook a great steak. But the Burro, I have not found anybody to beat it. And I've tried all the other restaurants. Number two, second on the list is this election fraud. For God's sake, get over it. It's over with. It's past. My opinion is, and Steve, remember that word, son. We're going to spell it O-P-I-N O-I-N. I think that's what it is. Hell, I'm tired, man.
Okay, I got you.
I think something was wrong, but the facts don't show it. And that's the way, and I don't even talk about it anymore.
Well, I'm going to read this comment after we come back from Fox News or what was said last night.
You're fine, but make it, yeah. But you're fine, and that's why I was calling, and I'm still working on Diane's birth month, y'all. I'm still surviving.
You better do it right, Tim.
You know, it would have been better if she'd been born in February. There are only 28 days in February most years, right?
That's cold.
Instead of 31.
That is so cold.
It's been a wonderful. I love to pick. I pick on Diane a lot. I love to pick on Diane. I really enjoy it, and I pick on her about that every year about her birth month. And I do love her, and people pray for her. She is. That's why I call her Saint Diane. There's more people praying for her in 3 counties than anywhere else because she's married to me. And I tell her she's a blessed woman. She shouldn't want nothing else but me.
There you go.
And again, Steve, that's my opinion.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to spell it. I'm going to spell it for you. You want me to spell it?
Yeah, because I might have been wrong.
I-T. Have a good one.
I think it. All right. Look, y'all be good.
You too, Tim. Be careful.
You. Enjoy your fishing there, buddy. If I don't hear from you, enjoy that fishing tournament.
All right. You take care.
All right.
Take a break right now. We're going to do a little bit of break. We're going to talk about Fox News. And because right now you're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Fox News is now. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Vice Presidential candidate J.D. Vance addresses the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee.
Tonight is a night of hope, a celebration of what America once was, and with God's grace, what it will soon be again.
Former President Trump closes out the convention with his nomination acceptance speech tonight. President Biden is warned by more Democrats he cannot beat Donald Trump in November, including Congressman Adam Schiff from California. He's running for the Senate.
He's one of about 20 Democrats who called on President Biden to step aside. This comes as a source familiar tells Fox News Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer pushed the DNC to delay its virtual roll call vote to nominate President Biden after several Democrats pushed back.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz, President Biden's has what's being called a mild case of COVID. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
All right, folks, now's your chance. You want to chat? We got an open mic right now.
Yeah, well, let me read the statement that Jim Justice made last night.
Yeah, I think you're governor of West by God, Virginia.
Yes, by God. And then you tell me how you took it. Because evidently, I didn't feel like it was any big deal. Because I don't even remember it. And I listened to him and
I didn't listen to it.
His bulldog, baby dog. What a strange name for a dog. A bulldog. Okay, this is what he said word for word. The bottom line to every single thing that's going on in this great country today is one thing. We become totally unhinged if Donald Trump is not elected in November. Now, did he say we need to become totally unhinged? It's a play on words.
He says, what's wrong with us? Let me see if I can paraphrase this. And Steve, call me back and see if I'm right or if this quote is wrong. Because I didn't see it. Don't get me wrong. I didn't see it. And what you just read was, if I'm going to interpret it, what's wrong with this country is we become unhinged if Donald Trump is not elected. Is that kind of what you think he meant? That's a problem.
And you know what? And let me say, there are still people in the local party, the state party, that still believe the election was stolen and there was fraud.
Not stolen. If it was stolen by now, somebody would have been arrested.
But if you sat here and said, I believe it was stolen, I believe there were shenanigans.
That's my opinion.
It's your opinion.
Yeah.
And even if somebody gets up at the RNC convention and makes that comment, that's their opinion.
Yeah. Well,
I would say probably not. Have somebody up there, because right now we're trying to promote unity, and having somebody up there saying anything about the past election, well, it is what it is.
I think anyone who stands up in front of a group of people at a Republican convention, a Democrat convention, a snobs convention, because we got some of those too.
Yes.
If they get up there and they make a statement that is so, to me, my opinion is outrageous,
right,
then so many other people will believe them because they believe that that's just because they're up there on that stage. The same thing is, my opinions are sometimes maybe misconstrued
right,
as facts. I try to preface my opinions as being they are my opinions all the time.
That's right.
Now, I can have opinions, and if somebody gets up there on the stage in front of the Republican National Convention and says, listen, y'all, I know that a bunch of you have said, and you state, and the president has said it too, that that election last time around was stolen. My opinion is it was not stolen. How would that go over?
Well, exactly.
So,
well, you
but
know
what's the difference?
There are still people.
They need to preface it as saying exactly that.
There are still people every day. Well, not every day, but like I said, there's still people locally within the Republican Party on the district level, on the state level, that will get up and talk about the election getting stolen. Okay, that's their opinion. And I'm not going to get upset because a Republican says that.
Well, that wasn't even what he said was not, to me, it was like, what our problem is we get unhinged if the president isn't, if Donald Trump is not elected.
It's all in interpretation. But let me just say one thing before we go to the caller. Has anybody seen the My Pillow guy at this convention?
Who?
That's right,
Thank
Mike
you.
Lindell. And you're not going to see him.
I hope not.
He was told not to come.
Well,
See, so, and he was
standing at the
one
back of the bus.
of the biggest personalities that was putting it out there about corruption.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay, we got a caller, and I didn't get a chance to see the name. Good morning. Who's this?
Deplorables, how you doing?
Hey, my buddy. How are you?
Good. I know what that D stands for, James. Deplorable Vance. That's what it stands for, the D.
Oh, you stayed up all night long to figure that one out, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, and I got it right.
Well, good for you. But
Pick a 39-year-old to be his vice president, so when he says jump, he can say how high. He didn't pick Burgum because he knew the guy was intelligent, and he wasn't going to pull that stuff on the second insurrection that's going to happen. Because Vance already said he would have had a different opinion about Pence if he was in there. So you know what's coming, okay?
No, I'm getting confused now. But anyway,
Well, what are you getting confused about?
I don't know what's coming. Do you?
well, what do you know about Vance that's put you in such a negative mood?
What
Because he's
what
the
do
choice.
I know about Vance?
Yes.
He'll be the next
He's a
VP.
younger clone of Trump. That's what I know.
Oh,
And you should know that too.
Really?
No, he was very critical and outspoken against Trump back in the early days.
So listen, okay, Rayford, please.
Yes, yeah.
Where's your commentary on Project 2025?
That has nothing to
haven't
do
even
with the
looked at
Republican
They're
Party.
all listen, Lee, I know you're playing the game, okay, but they're all involved in this Project 2025.
No.
And Lee, I'm going to give you a little project since you want to be like that. Why don't you look up the 2025 project is
I have.
920 pages long.
I
I
have.
want you to go find 562 page, and the next couple of days, maybe you can tell us what that's all about.
All right,
Okay.
who is responsible for this Project 2025?
Okay.
It is the
Okay.
Heritage Foundation, which is a 501c4 organization. They're the ones that are doing it. The RNC, the president, the Republican Party has already put out statements that no, they are not involved in this. They will take a look at it, but they haven't put their endorsement on any of this.
Really?
That's
you
right.
really believe them?
Oh,
you
yes.
really believe them, don't you?
Why wouldn't
Okay,
I?
that they're not going to do anything, huh?
Why
Once they
wouldn't
get
I?
in. Okay. Look, I didn't. Did you hear anybody talk about the crooked Supreme Court judges? Did anybody mention the Republican?
Here we go.
I don't
the
think
Republican judges.
I don't think that they're crooked.
Why? Because
they're
she
not
threw
crooked?
out the case on Trump?
Oh,
so that makes her
okay.
crooked?
So Thomas and Alito, all the gifts that they got, they're not crooked, huh? Very good, Rayford.
What gifts?
What kind of gifts are they getting?
Rayford gave me a gift once.
You don't know anything about Rayford. You're so far behind. It's not even funny.
Okay,
I don't
I'm
even know
behind.
why you talk about politics.
That's why we allow you to come on here to straighten us out.
Well, then listen. You better go find out what Alito and what Thomas has taken from the rich Republicans.
What is that?
So, you go check it out, okay?
Okay.
You don't know about Hale and Crow? You don't know all the gifts that he gave to Thomas?
What kind of gifts did he give to Thomas?
Okay.
Well, evidently it's not made
You're
national
behind. Lee
news.
knows, but she's keeping quiet. She knows.
I haven't seen any breaking news stories
I'm
on any of
surprised
that. I
that
don't
we're
know.
not seeing that on MSNBC or CNN.
Ooh.
No. MSNBC reported it. We're talking about the two Supreme Court judges that have taken presents. They haven't disclosed them, and it's a big deal.
What are the presents
so
that they
look
took?
into it, baby. Come on, look into it.
If I looked into everything that every individual that I
I'm not
deal
talking
with,
about everything. I'm talking about there's only 9 judges.
Yeah.
We're talking about 2 judges, 2 Republican judges that have taken bribes.
well, turn me on. Let me know what it is.
Okay. There's so many that I can't remember everything right now. But
okay.
You check it out and
Wow.
tell us.
I just clicked on the story and it
unaffiliated.
came back unavailable. They took it off. Wow, that was MSNBC.
Maybe it was fake.
Yeah, it was fake. Okay.
Well,
so
if
as an
Again.
unaffiliated,
if
you should know all this stuff before you go vote, my friend.
If MSNBC took it down,
Took what down?
the story that you're talking about, they got a big old thing on MSNBC, but a big circle with an X with a line
Yeah.
through it. They took the story down because who knows why? Maybe it was
What
not
story?
true. The story you're talking about with the justices.
Let me go
They
to a
took it
different
down.
one.
Yes, they did. That will tell you something, won't it?
Okay. So look, check out Project 2025, and
Okay.
Lee, you check page 562, and
Page
then you tell us
562.
what that's all about.
Does she have to read all the others before she gets
I've
that
been
far?
reading it.
No. She just has to read 562. Steve Bannon has written a chapter. Ben Carson has written a chapter. Steve Miller has written. There's a whole mess of boys that are
That doesn't
taking
mean
part in this
anything.
Heritage
I could write a
Foundation,
chapter
okay?
for them. I could write a
Okay?
chapter
And
for
that's
them.
gonna go. That's gonna go in effect as soon as Trump.
The
gets in
Heritage
office.
Foundation is not a government agency. It is a nonprofit. Just
Okay.
like BLM writes stuff.
Okay.
And some of these other organizations, Mothers for Liberty,
Mothers
write
Against
stuff.
Drunk Drivers.
That's right.
All of them.
And because they write something like that, you can't take it for granted that our next president, whoever it is, which, and our Congress is going to say, oh, we need to take this Project 25 and change everything that we do and use it as a guide. It's just crazy to even think think about that.
Okay, very good. To be continued. Okay.
All right,
To be
sir.
continued.
We'll
Thank you.
follow it and Rayford, get into this stuff, baby. You're unaffiliated. You want to know before you go vote what's going on around you.
Oh, I'm working on it, but I'm also trying to get through the crap that's out there. That's the hardest
Okay,
part.
let me read this real quick. Representative AOC is taking action against 2 members of the U.S. Supreme Court. The Democratic lawmaker from New York has introduced impeachment articles against Justice Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito. She says their failure to disclose millions of dollars worth of gifts while on high court represents nothing less than a constitutional crisis. This effort from Ocasio-Cortez is expected to fail in the Republican-led House of Representatives. Now, where's her proof?
What gifts? Millions of
What do you think?
dollars.
She
Where's
just
her
grabbed
proof?
that out of the air? She just grabbed that out of the air. huh?
Yeah, it's not the air she grabbed it out of. I
I
think you
got
know
it
where
right
I
off
think she
the
grabbed
news
it out
station,
of. First of
yes.
all, she has no credibility with me, so I won't.
Right.
I won't even deal with that part. So, all right,
Okay,
Theo.
so
She has no
okay.
credibility.
All right,
She's
very
zero.
good, very good. We're going to wait on this, on
Okay.
both the The Project 2025 will wait, and we're going to wait on the two justices that are taking precedence.
Then somebody better find somebody
we'll continue.
credible.
Don't worry, we got 3 more months. Okay, we'll get the details for you, Rayford.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Have a good one. Bye.
Oh, yeah.
Had another caller. Sorry, give us a call back. Let's take a quick break here while we got a chance, and we'll regroup and give us a call back. I know we had one holding. Sorry. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom, 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME, and we'll be right back.
Next, Goddard's Gold, we've got some one-hit wonders here. Remember the songs, I don't know about the groups. The Reflections, Shocking Blue, Human Beings, Alive and Kicking, White Plains, Cufflinks, Zager and Evans, J. Frank Wilson, Blues Image, Ides of March, The Mermaids, one-hit wonders. Next Gold. Hope you'll join us Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Freedom 97.1 and 1120 a.m. WSME.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand-selected, and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends.
Call today, 910-355-7066. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers commercial financing and residential financing as low as 0%. With hurricane season here, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Humphrey Heating and Air also does residential and commercial plumbing, air duct cleaning for better breathing, and services all brands of HVAC. Turn to the Carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning. With locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead, visit online humphreyheating.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And before we go into take this caller because he's been holding for a little bit. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, everybody. It's Mike.
Hey, Mike. How are you?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Fine. What's up?
I had several points. Throughout the convention, I'll start at the beginning. Donald Trump claimed that he has no part of Project 2025 and so on and so forth. We get that. But my question is, why would the GOP invite some of the co-authors on stage throughout the convention to speak?
Who were the co-authors? I don't have a clue.
There's several co-authors that's been on stage to speak throughout the convention.
Give me one or two of them. Give me one or two of them so I can look them up. Who was the co-author that was on stage speaking?
Off the top of my head right now, I don't have all of them.
Oh.
But there were some that came on stage to speak. I don't have their names right now. But I can get it to you.
Okay.
Some of them were
You can't remember one of them? Not even one of them you can remember?
I'm looking right here, and they're not listing any of them.
They weren't during the primetime hours, but they were like, they have people on stage.
Yeah.
During the off hours.
So
I had them last night.
Was that on TV? Was that broadcast? Were they broadcast on TV?
Well, let me tell you right now.
Like the networks don't cover them during the off hours.
Oh, okay. So how did you see them? Where did you see them?
I seen the reports last night on a news channel. And
Which one?
They actually showed the video. They showed the video of them actually up there.
Okay, which news channel so I can look it up?
MSNBC.
Okay, so that was on last night.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Until I get a little bit more information, I'm not going to have any comments. So we're going to have to wait till we look it up. How's that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just something to look up.
Okay.
Well, see, Ben Carson is part of the Project 2025. He spoke on stage, but he never said a word about Project 2025. See, any of us can be part of a nonprofit group, whether it's political or something else.
So have you read Project 2025, Mike?
I have. And one of the main concerning things last night was the mass deportation now signs that were out there. Even some of the rhetoric from some of the people on stage that went beyond criminal illegals to round up in Project 2025, where they list out concentration camps, rounding up all people that don't have documentation, whether they're criminals or not, just even if they've been here 30 years, 40 years, whatever part of the side they are. They could do that. That could be their rhetoric, but it would hurt the party if they were to go out there and do that, because there's so many tentacles from those people that reach to their core base constituency.
Let me ask you something, Mike. Do you believe that Forbes magazine is a credible news source? Forbes, yes.
No, not really.
Why?
There are some inaccuracies in Forbes. They have reported some inaccuracies as far as people's net worth and such and such. But
well, I'm going to read you.
It leads me not to believe it.
After weather, I'm going to read this one clip from a recent article, and I just checked Reuters, and they're more or less saying the same thing. Not word for word, but I just want to read it. It's about Project 25 and Trump.
Okay, we'll take a look at that in just a second.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Michael. All right, you have a good one. Your marine weather forecasts going into the weekend brought to you by Community Prevention Services, something that's going to get more and more attention these days, and it's getting it right now, is vaping. Until a couple of years ago, I had never heard of it. I didn't know what it was. Somebody came in and they had their hand was cupped, and there was and they were sucking on something through their hand. I couldn't see what they were doing. And then there was some kind of a vapor looking steam that came out. And I said, what in the world? You can't smoke in here. Well, this is not smoking. This is called vaping. It's good for you. It weans you off cigarettes and nicotine.
No, it
Okay,
doesn't.
that's what they said. I didn't know that much about it. I would see this smoke, what I thought was smoke. They said it was steam. I don't know. It did dissipate. It did not hang in the air. It didn't smell like smoke. So, okay, I've got to take your word for it since I don't know any better. Originally, I was led to believe, maybe I was conned into believing, that the users were trying to quit smoking cigarettes. That sounds like a good story. Something not as harmful as cigarettes, right? As time goes by, I start picking up some of the vibes, though. Seems that a lot of that vaping stuff was to hide the fact that everything from nicotine to narcotics was being ingested right in front of me. It's not that I was caught off guard, just another one of those seemingly harmless fads that was meant to sneak something by us. You may not know it, but the fact is that North Carolina is number 2 in the nation for teenage vape use, for teenagers. Teenagers who can't even buy cigarettes, they can go out to the vape shops and do their thing. There's nothing innocent about it. Have you noticed the number of shops that specialize in vaping products? They've skyrocketed in numbers. You know they're not doing it for nothing. They're making a fortune off of it, right?
Right.
Have you not figured out that someone's making a lot of money? It's not a harmless fad. Parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, if your kids have told you that it's harmless, maybe you didn't exactly buy into the story, but you didn't have enough information to contradict them. I mean, if it was bad, would our leaders let it happen right under their noses? Well, they have, but now they're working on it. Getting a late start, but they're doing something. If you're looking for the truth, though, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, you might want to check in with Community Prevention Services. Give them a call, set up an appointment, experience a peace of mind opening event. During that time, you'll be told what law enforcement is doing to combat this habit. And believe you me, right now, they're doing a lot and it's getting ready to come out. 910-353-0972. Give them a call. Give them a call today. Set up an appointment. Offshore, there's a small craft advisory still in effect through this evening. Southwesterly winds today, 20 to 25 knots, gust to 30, seas 4 to 6 feet. Sounds and rivers rough. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 10 to 15, seas 2 to 4 feet. Coming down just a little bit. The inlets and adjacent waters will be rough. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop. Saturday, looking better. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15, seas 2 to 4, and sounds and rivers only a moderate chop.
And today we have showers and thunderstorms, which are likely this afternoon, with some of the storms producing heavy rainfall, mostly cloudy with a high near 90. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms, cloudy with a low of 72. Friday afternoon, showers and thunderstorms, with some of the storms still producing heavy rainfall, high near 87. Saturday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 90. Cold front. That's probably Chris Miller.
Hey, it's Miller time, and
Yes.
probably a good time for Chris Miller to
Yes,
come
we
in here.
need a
Hey,
break.
Chris, what's up?
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Fabulous show as always.
Thank you, sir. A busy one.
So you did great last night with reporting the Osprey game. Oh, it got exciting at the end, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. They
Touch and go.
Yeah, congratulations to the Ospreys. They defeated the Stanford Spinners 11-10. Scored a run in the bottom of the ninth inning when the game was tied. Base runner stole second and then reached third and scored on a couple throwing errors by the Spinners. So hey, it was a big win. It was a big game for both teams, and it wasn't the greatest game they played all season long, but they found a way to win. And
That's
at
what's
this
important.
stage of the ball game, a win's a win.
That's important.
Yeah. We got to get their picture in here one day. Just sit
Mhm.
down and have a chat one of these days. Maybe you could come in at the same time.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, they're that's, and like I said before, these guys are the story. I mean, I spoke with one of the ball players last night about where he comes from, Missouri, and he's actually one of the team leaders, and I talked to him about that. And the storylines with this team is different guys coming from different walks of life, have
Mhm.
different life experiences and different personalities. So it's been a lot of fun. And if you would have said that the Ospreys were 18 and 14 at this point in the season, if you would have said that at the beginning of the season, then I think a lot of people would have taken that. So they're still in the playoff hunt. They still got to win a few more games to get to that point. But if they take care of business, they'll be in the postseason.
Yay. And the first year in existence, I love it. That's great. Take it on home to the nest, y'all.
So but it's exciting. And then, but like I said, they're at the Sanford Spinners tonight, and then on the they're at Hope Mills on Saturday, on Friday, and then they'll host the Sand Hills Bogies on the 20th before closing out the season on the 21st and 22nd. So there's still a couple home games left for the fans to come out and root these guys on, and then we'll see how they do if they make the playoffs.
Question for you. If you talk to any of the players, are any of them out there on your radar as to guys that we should be able to look forward to seeing in other leagues like the pros in the future?
Not at the moment. A lot of these guys are, and this is one of the reasons why they play in these summer league games, to kind of get that exposure and to increase their name recognition. But a lot of these guys come from junior colleges across the country, community colleges and small Division II, Division III schools. So their name isn't as out there as somebody who's playing baseball at Vanderbilt University,
Right.
or Ole Miss, or places like that. But so that's why they play in these summer leagues. But recently, the MLB, the Major League Baseball, had its draft, and they did draft a couple guys from the old North State League that which this league is. So this is why they play these summer leagues. They get that exposure and
Sure.
work on those fundamentals that they need to work on. And their college coaches want them to play and play all season long. So this is why they do it. And you never know. 2-3 years from now, some of these guys could be playing for some minor league teams and then some major league teams. So you just never know.
Are you aware of any scouts that are out there in the stands anytime?
I've not seen any, but they do come to these type of games. If they're looking for one particular player, to see how he does against different competition. And a lot of times, what happens is a scout will come out to look at one player, and then a couple other players will stand out and do
Sure.
well. And then all of a sudden, he's got 2 or 3 guys that he's interested, that the scout's looking at picking up. So that's you see that a lot in different sports, baseball, football, basketball, whatever sport it may be. But I haven't seen any personally, but I know they go out there throughout the season.
Okay, well, cool. Chris, as always, we do appreciate your chat every week.
I always look forward to it.
Yeah, of course. And then just a reminder that the first day of high school football practice is official practice is July 30th.
Yay!
And then the regular season kicks off with the first game August 23rd. So I think everybody gets excited for this time of year as the fall season gets near, and it definitely is an exciting time.
Yeah. Did you say July 30th or is
23rd?
July 31st is
31st.
the first day of practice, and then August
August,
23rd.
right.
Yeah, okay.
Wait,
Got
do
it.
you know what team they're playing and if they're home? Do you know that yet?
Jacksonville will host the Southwest Starions on the
Whoa.
Let's fight 'em.
Okay, let's go. We'll be there.
We may need to separate you guys and Chris Raynor, because we all know he's a big Southwest guy. And,
Yeah, sorry.
This is when I know y'all are the Cardinals, fans of the Cardinals. So
We're not worried
y'all
about
might not be friends
Chris.
for that.
He just won't get a sandwich. That's all. We'll save it for you.
There you go.
That's right.
Or that oyster stew that.
Oh,
you had.
yes. That was so good on that cold night.
Yeah, I may bring some more stuff out there this year.
Or better yet, don't give any of Rayford's cookies to Chris Raynor that week. How about that?
Ew, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's right. You're
I
cut
might
off,
take
Chris
might
Raynor.
take him chocolate chip cookies and give and save one special for Chris. Enough said.
But, as always, my friend.
Thank you, sir. All right, Chris.
All right, I put a link on our Facebook page today about a story from Forbes magazine on this Project 2025,
What do they say about it?
which I've read a lot of this and I can
haven't.
understand.
I've read some. And
Okay, key facts.
Just political
Project-
renderings, as far as I was concerned.
Project
Rantings.
2025, spearheaded by the Heritage Foundation with help from more than 100 other conservative groups, is a multi-part plan for the next conservative administration, namely a Trump presidency, which includes a LinkedIn-style database for presidential personnel hopefuls, training programs for executive branch positions, and as yet an unreleased playbook laying out what Trump should do if reelected. Now, the Heritage Foundation has, developed this Project 2025. Heritage Foundation is a conservative think tank group. And what they're doing is this is a blueprint for what they feel like would be a potential second Trump turn that covers everything from recruiting like-minded personnel to limiting entire agencies. And it's a platform assembled partly by ex-Trump staffers, though the former president has tried to distance himself from it.
You should.
This is a think tank group.
Mhm.
This is, and there's groups like this all over.
Yep.
And look at,
we got one right in here.
John Locke Foundation.
Sure.
Look at the John Locke Foundation. They could do the same thing and write this and present it to the conservative side of Congress, or give it to Trump or whatever.
I
this
could,
is
I
what
could
you
do
should
the same
do.
thing, and it would take me 15 minutes.
It doesn't mean that that's going to change
You know what I would
government.
do?
What?
Copy our Constitution.
There you go. There you go. I think people are trying to think that this Project 2025 is going to change our government. It's going to change, like you said, the Constitution. It's not.
Yeah.
This is just a think tank group.
Yeah.
And like I said, you got John Locke, you've got BLM,
Yeah.
you've got Mothers
You
of
got
Liberty.
You got Antifa. You got BLM.
You got the pink
You got the
coders.
KKK. You've got
Right.
the Code Pinkers. You got the whatever.
Right.
I don't know. When these people come up with these cute little names, first of all, I get confused.
Yes.
Which doesn't take a lot to do, but I'm like, what are y'all even in existence for?
This whole thing, it proposes a scaled down federal government, including the abolishment of multiple agencies. Does that mean that Trump's going to take this book and sit down and say, this is what we need to do?
Can't do it.
No
First of all,
president's
he
going to do
cannot-
it.
He
That's right.
cannot do it. It's got to get by Congress.
It goes over transgender
And-
rights. It goes over DEI and LGBTQ rights. I mean, they're a
Why don't we have
think
people rights? Isn't
group.
that what we have? Don't we have people
No,
rights?
those were done away with. a
No,
long
no,
time
we got
ago.
people rights. That's all we need.
Yeah, well, we do. We
Everybody's
should.
treated equally.
It
Go
goes over
away.
climate change. It goes
Oh,
over
give me-
abortion. This is
We can go
just-
back about 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 years ago and take a look at ask the archaeologists out there who do these digs, ask the people who are looking, the geologists who are looking at these great big digs, look at the Grand Canyon, look at the walls of the Grand Canyon, what's out there. You can find climate change all the time.
Well, how do you like this? Project 2025 would seek to get rid of current tax rates and most deductions and credits, instead proposing a 15% rate for anyone under the Social Security wage base and a 30% for taxpayers earning more than $168,000.
I don't
See,
know.
the
I
whole-
don't have dollars and figures in my head for this. Somebody else may have done this. I don't even know what my tax base is. I have tax rate is. I do not know.
Well, this ought to make some people mad. They want to ban TikTok. And
Well, I
they-
don't have a problem with that.
and-
But
and
that's
I-
not a U.S. based anything, right?
And a call for reform in Section 230, which shields tech companies and social media networks from being sued over content on their platforms, and allowing laws like those passed in Florida and Texas that seek to punish social media companies who ban or suspend users based on their viewpoints.
I ban them all the
you
time.
know what? It's
I don't
their
ban them on
social
their
media
view. I
platform.
ban them on their the rudeness and inaccuracies and outlandish comments that they make.
Well, you may not be able to do it anymore.
Well, I do it.
Yeah, I mean, instead of just...
I've done about 4. Okay. I just did one.
Trump has denied any connection to Project 2025, claiming on Truth Social last week that he has nothing to do with them and has no idea who's behind the plan, and finds some of his ideas absolutely ridiculous. But many aren't buying the claim.
Going to take a break, and then when we get back, we're going to catch up on a couple things that
we do.
We haven't caught up on.
We've tried all week.
Thursday.
I know it.
So I got a few stories from yesteryear. You're live and local. Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME. If you're a biker or motorcycle enthusiast and love the mountains of North Carolina, then the Clarkton Motel in beautiful Maggie Valley, North Carolina, in the heart of the Great Smoky Mountains, is the place for you. You see, the Clarkton Motel is biker owned and offers bike tours through some of the most beautiful and breathtaking scenery in the world. While visiting, you may want to visit the Wheels Through Time Museum. Wheels Through Time is home to the world's premier collection of rare American vintage motorcycles and houses over 300 of America's rarest and most historic classic motorcycles, including the likes of Harley-Davidson, Indian, Excelsior, Henderson, and many more. The Clarkton Motel has a pool, kitchens, and king and queen size beds are available and offers Sunday through Thursday discounts. That's the Clarkton Motel, 1527 Soco Road, Maggie Valley, North Carolina. For reservations, phone 1-800-787-6998. Visit www.motorcyclefriendlymotel.com.
This is Bill from Bill Cycle Salvage in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and I approve this message.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $1. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
There's an issue cutting through the bipartisan bickering in Congress. It's AM radio. The overwhelming majority of legislators, Democrats and Republicans, support a bill to keep AM radio in cars. But time is running out. Text AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. AM radio is too important to let this moment pass us by.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
All right, some of the stories we have not covered. I'm going to talk about them just a little bit right now. I want to know why we can't get the whole truth from some parts of our government. Sometimes more parts of our government than I care to even think about. When an American citizen is arrested on, for instance, a murder charge, we can get everything the police know about that guy almost as soon as the police have it verified. Exceptions, of course, include withholding certain details while the investigation continues, especially if additional bad guys are involved. But when an illegal alien commits heinous crimes, we get the basic details at best. Hardcore news outlets, usually local outlets and not national media, they push harder. Without the interference of political hacks, they're able to get a bit more. Take, for instance, last week, police say that 2 teenagers went to a party in Charlotte. Between 1 and 1:30 in the morning, opened fire, killing 1 person and shooting at 5 others. We've learned that the one adult, an 18-year-old, is an illegal from Honduras. We also have learned from local media that this 18-year-old, as a 14-year-old, had an encounter, whatever that means, with the Border Patrol. Somehow, Carlos Roberto Diaz managed to sneak back into this country across our unprotected, open southern border, make his way all the way to Charlotte, accompanied by an unidentified 16-year-old, go to a party, and according to police, kill 1 person at that party. Even though the FBI is assisting, nothing is coming from the Justice Department. They talk about everything else. I get news releases every day, but they don't talk about this. Obviously, given that we know Diaz had an encounter along the Rio Grande when he was 14, there's a record of this guy. How did he get back into the U.S.? Was it a catch and release program? We are entitled to know. Diaz is charged with first-degree murder, 2 counts of shooting into an occupied vehicle, 1 count of felony conspiracy to commit murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, 2 counts of shooting into an occupied dwelling, and 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill or inflict serious injury. The still unidentified minor faces 1 murder charge, but additional charges are likely. Charlotte police stopped a car shortly after the shooting, found the 16-year-old inside, recovered shell casings, a gun they say had been reported stolen, along with an extended magazine. The minor admitted that he and Diaz had been involved in the shootings. Again, why hasn't more information been released? Not about the crime, about the circumstances of Diaz being in this country. The gun was stolen. Yes. Did Diaz steal it? Did he buy it? Did it come with the extra capacity magazine, or did he buy that or steal that? The feds, as usual, are maintaining silence. They're running political interference for the White House. They're diligently working to concoct a story that fits their illegal alien cover-up. Hopefully, the Charlotte police will not turn this case over to them. Then, a Mexican man accused of stabbing 3 people, including 2 children who died of their injuries, is in the U.S. illegally. Victor Manuel Gomez Acosta, a Mexican illegal immigrant, was charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide, attempted first-degree homicide, and operating under the influence after being arrested in Wisconsin. Police said that 2 children were found dead at the scene with stab wounds, while an adult woman was also stabbed but was given medical care. Gomez Acosta was found inside the residence and was apprehended. He was later transported to a medical center after police found self-inflicted stab wounds. He'll live to be tried.
Excuse me.
The victims are Gomez Acosta's wife and daughters. Yep. The children were found in one of stabbed 16 times, the other 20 times. Wife was reportedly stabbed 17 times, with one of the wounds cutting her vocal cords.
Oh, gosh.
ICE confirms that Gomez Acosta is in the country illegally and that it has placed a detainer to keep him from getting away again. A detainer is a request that once released from custody, he is to be transferred to ICE for deportation. God help him if that doesn't work. I hope that ICE is never able to deport this man. It now gets back to our big problem. Gomez Acosta entered the United States illegally in September 2016 via the port of entry in Laredo. However, according to the agency, he failed to depart at the time specified as part of his entry condition. He was supposed to, 8 years ago, leave the country or show up for a hearing. He never did.
Wow.
How was it illegal? How was it illegal for him to even come into this country in the first place? That's question number one. After his departure date ended, why did we not round him up and ship him out again? I don't know. Until we can regain control of those in this country illegally, there should be no legal or illegal entries allowed across the southern border, period. Stop every traffic, all traffic. I do not make an exception for those claiming asylum. That is a cop-out, something that the coyotes and similar scums are encouraging anyone and everyone, including terrorists and criminals, to say to automatically get them at least a temporary stay in this country. Temporary means as long as it takes to catch them again when they disappear into the countryside. Stop it at the border and lives will be saved. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service. Welcome to Lincoln & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Safety on the highways begins with your tires. Before you hit the highway, the rest of this summer vacation season, visit Battlefield Tire Pros, 103 Norris Road, Highway 24 in Swansboro, and let them inspect your tires for your peace of mind before traveling. Since 1963, Battlefield Tire Pros has served our community and military neighbors with name brands such as Michelin, Uniroyal, Firestone, Goodyear, and many others, including a good selection of used tires. They also carry lawnmower tires, four-wheeler tires, and motorcycle tires. And alignment service is available by appointment. Save time and money by skipping the dealerships and the big box stores and let locally owned and operated Battlefield Tire Pros of Swansboro handle all your tire and alignment needs. Battlefield Tire Pros at the corner of Norris Road and Highway 24 and the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro, on 910-326-4178 or visit Battlefield Tire Pros online at battlefieldtirepros.com.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to paint maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods is now open. 149 Willis Parkway, just off Highway 17 North, right here in Jacksonville. Restaurants, food trucks, festival workers, party suppliers, vendors, government, schools, and families of all sizes stroll on down to Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods and save. They have a huge selection of large pots and pans, plasticware in many shapes and sizes, trays, including takeout trays. In addition, Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods has everyday grocery items, such as Atkinson breaders and mixers, veggies, sauces, puddings, and beans. So if you need to buy in bulk for the long haul or everyday grocery items, Piggly Bulk Foods will save you money. Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods, brand new, 149 Willis Parkway, just off Highway 17 North, Jacksonville. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Phone 910-455-7800.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, we're back. A good and decent man. A good and decent man. Even after colleagues and former supporters have called and continued to call for Biden to withdraw from the presidential race this year, we hear them say that Biden was a good and decent and honest man. Joe Concha, a Fox News contributor, he put together an opinion piece, says that what they say about good old Joe is a pack of lies. Concha is, as he describes himself, one of the few people in the news business to have researched, then written a book about Biden. How about that?
Wow.
He begins with Biden's claim of being a successful president. He writes that the cost of living is up more than 20% since he took office. Gas prices are up 50%. Violent crime has driven law-abiding citizens out of major American cities, all run by Democrats with liberal district attorneys, he adds, to red states like Texas, Tennessee, and Florida. Regarding Biden's good character, Biden's character does a good, a decent, honest man so plagiarize his work and speeches, both in law school and as a presidential candidate, as he did in 1988. Does a good or decent or honest man do that? Does a good or decent or honest man blatantly play the race card to win votes, as he did in 2020 by insisting he was arrested while on the porch with a black couple during the civil rights era? It never happened. Does a good or decent or honest man tell families in Maui, some of whom lost family members and or their homes, that he could relate to what they're going through by saying he and his family and his Corvette also survived a raging fire in his home that nearly killed his wife and cat? The fire chief there at the time said the blaze was a small kitchen fire that was quickly extinguished and endangered no one. Does a good or decent or honest man, Concha writes, warned that then presidential candidate Mitt Romney was going to put blacks back in chains if he was elected? Does a good or decent or honest man use his late son as the prop over and over when talking to Gold Star families by saying his son Bo also died while on active duty in Iraq because Bo Biden died of cancer years after coming home? And then he points out the outright falsehoods. I once drove an 18-wheeler. No soldiers died under my watch. I inherited 9% inflation. The Inflation Reduction Act is the strongest bill you can pass to lower inflation. I inherited a god-awful mess at the border. The Border Patrol endorsed me. I taught a political theory class at Penn. I traveled 17,000 miles with Xi Jinping. The best one of all, my uncle was eaten by cannibals.
What?
Comments from Joe Biden, his distinguished career of 47 years.
I don't know, with all that Bo Biden talk, the only thing I could think of was a Bo biscuit right now from Bojangles.
Anyway,
Oh, my
that's
head.
that's it. We're going to take a
Yes.
break of 22 hours. We'll be back tomorrow morning
Need
for the
it.
final day of the week.
Right.
It is Red Friday,
Yes, it is.
not Commie Red.
Red Friday
Cardinal
tomorrow.
Red.
Cardinal
Law enforcement red.
That's right.
Military red.
Yeah,
That's
remember everyone deployed. That's where it originally
Please.
started.
And
Yes.
I forgot the gentleman's name that made the comments about what I said about make fishing great again. Somebody posted something.
Oh, Kyle.
Kyle.
Yes.
Okay, Kyle. This hat's for you. This is
That's
what I
right.
say.
Make fishing
I'm
great
not going to give it
again.
to you. I'm just saying I'm wearing it for
It
you.
doesn't say MAGA. It just says make fishing great again.
That's what it's about.
I like the hat.
All right, we'll be back in the morning
Sure.
about to 7 o'clock.
I'm
Maybe
going to need a nap
a couple of
today.
minutes before, a couple of minutes after. We like it. You know what? We need to take during our commercial break. We need to have one commercial break reserved for a nap break. Then
I
we'll have to
agree.
have somebody to wake us
I
up.
agree. Well, I have to go buy a bathtub now, so
Okay.
yeah.
What do you? Nothing. I don't even want to know. We'll be back in the morning. Have a great rest of your day. Coming up at 10 o'clock this morning is another dose of the Dailies with the Rick D's. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, the one, the only, it's Hollywood. Hollywood Man will be in the house. And tomorrow morning, live, right here.
That's
at
right.
9 o'clock, following this show,
Sports Talk.
Sports Talk with
Chris
Rayner.
Rayner.
Right now, we're going to take a break and do a little bit of Fox News. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Stay safe. You're live and local. Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
Camp Lejeune, W246 CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. Newly minted vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance headlined the Republican National Convention last night.
My message to you, my fellow Republicans, is we love this country and we are united to win.
The unity theme continues tonight when former President Trump closes out the convention in his first speech since the assassination attempt. Meanwhile, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle is going to testify before House Committee next week about security failures that led to that assassination attempt on Donald Trump.
We had to subpoena her to come. She wouldn't come voluntarily to come Monday. What the hell is going on? She should have been the first person to stand in front of the country and assure us to say, we're going to get to the bottom of this, period.
That is Florida Congressman Michael Waltz on Fox and Friends. America's listening to Fox.